So the undefeated dream is over. The Eagles go down to the Jets in week 6. But I think the more concerning thing is, why can't Jalen Hurts look like himself? What is the number one issue on this team right now? And how do they fix it? We'll break all that down and give you some updates here on the show. What is up, everybody? RB here. Welcome into A to Z Philly. You know the drill, man. Hit the like button, drop a comment for the algo, subscribe, ring the bell. Don't miss any of the coverage. You guys have been killing it. Thank you very much. And welcome back on in. For once, it's not a victory Monday. That is right. The Eagles go down 20-14 in one of the most disgusting losses that I have seen in a long time. Do we just chalk it up to one of those losses, right? Look around the league. The Niners go down. A lot of other, big teams struggling. The Bills almost got upset by the Giants. Is it one of those days, or does this Eagles team really have issues? I'm starting to think they have some flaws, and I hope they can be fixed. I want to know from the people, though. Drop a comment down below right now on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the most confident, 1 being not confident at all. How confident are you right now in Jalen Hurts kind of turning things around and really just the Eagles offense in general getting back to form? Give me your thoughts down below. Before we jump into everything, a shout out to our sponsor of today's show, BetMGM. Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up with the code ATOZPA and receive up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to parlay selection features, live betting options, player props, and daily boosted odds specials. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matter more than ever. So find out why BetMGM is the king of sportsbook. Sign up today with the bonus code ATOZPA and get up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. If you took the over on AJ, at least you won something yesterday, because AJ Brown, first Eagle ever with 4 consecutive games of 125 plus receiving yards. He went way over on the over again. But speaking of the Eagles offense, man, they are the reason that the Birds lost this game, and they go down, and there's a lot you can point to, but we talked about a lot of it on the post-game show yesterday, so I'm really going to hone in here and focus on Jalen Hurts and Brian Johnson, the two main culprits. Who do you think is more at fault? Is it Jalen Hurts or is it Brian Johnson? Well, I think both share almost equally in this terrible loss. When it comes down to it, when you have the ball with 2 minutes to go and you're leading, and you look at this game in totality, the Eagles, had more yardage. They had better time of possession. They dominated them on third down. Almost in every category, the Eagles, outscored the Jets, except they did not win the game. And it's one of those rare occasions where, you feel like you're going to win. That's why this loss was so terrible. It's not that they coughed up, a game. It's not that they played bad. It's that they had the game in hand. And when you look forward, you have a ton of tough games coming up, starting with Miami next week. Now you're down a bunch of players, by the way, and you don't really feel confident right now based on the way this Eagles team is playing. It's not like they've had 5 terrific games and they've, already put it all together and then they cough one up. No, that's kind of how it was last year with Washington. But this year, they haven't really put it all together. They haven't played a perfect game and they are struggling. And, Jalen Hurts here, 45 pass attempts yesterday, second most of his career. You're going up against one of the worst rushing defenses in the league. And yes, you come into the game, Sauce Gardner's out. The starting corner on the other side, Reed, is out as well. So yes, the Eagles came in and they got too pass happy. They got too excited and they said, we're going to try to beat this team early and throw. Stop me if you've heard that before. And the running backs never got going. You only ran the ball about 22 times. I thought it was 27. 22 times. 14 of those runs from running backs. Your running backs barely touched the ball. They couldn't get in a rhythm. It feels like DeAndre Swift has now been shut down for 3 weeks. And Jalen Hurts, obviously did not play well. Eagles had 4 turnovers. If you came into this game and told me that the Jets would not turn it over and the Eagles would turn it over 4 times, I would have thought you were lying through your teeth. And that's what happened, though. And when you turn the ball over 4 times and the turnover differential is 4, you're probably not going to win a football game. And they still had a chance to win a football game. That's what I'm saying here. The Jets did not play well. Eagles are 0-4 when Jalen has 40-plus pass attempts. I mean, it's all material right here. You should be able to see this and realize it. What are you doing in the moment? Who's making these adjustments? Seth Joyner on the radio today says, You cannot have your quarterback dropping back 50 times. I'm sick and damn tired of the mentality. Oh, you throw the ball early, then you get a lead. How in the hell do you go through a whole half and your running backs only touch the ball for a combined 2 to 4 times? Makes no sense. And I'm right there. You know, I said this last night, and I feel like it's an unpopular opinion in this city, but the Eagles are really predicated on this run game. Anytime they can run the ball, you know, for 150 yards at ease, it's like they don't even give effort doing it. It's so relentless, and they have such a good offensive line, and they have such good running backs, and people kind of get lost in the midst of, oh, we have all these shiny weapons on the outside. Let's throw. No, this team can run it down your throat and then open up the pass game. Now, obviously, you know, yesterday the injuries were huge, and Lane Johnson going out early in this game sucks. He's starting to get injured every single year. It sucks. Lane is probably the best in the game at his position, but he goes down, and they don't ever give any support to Jack Driscoll, who got absolutely cooked all day. Jalen was scrambling for his life. The running game never could get going. Then they got away from it. You cannot, though, throw the ball as many times as you did against this Jets Evans. And again, still in that instance, they had a chance to win. So it's not all on Brian Johnson. It is also on Jalen Hurts. This was the worst half that I've ever seen Jalen Hurts play in the NFL. He's now up to 7 interceptions. Not all his fault, right? 3 picks yesterday. The one was on Dallas Goedert. The other one, his arm was hit, so I can't really blame him too much for those, but this last one with 2 minutes to go in the game, Zach Wilson is not the type of quarterback. And again, I give Wilson credit. I talked my talk. I was wrong. Zach Wilson did not turn the ball over, kept him in the game, but he was not going to go all the way down the field and score with no time to go. I'm telling you right now. So even if you don't get this first down, right? Say you run the ball, take 40 seconds off the clock. You're sitting at a little bit above a minute. Zach Wilson, to me, is not going to go on a hero drive. And even though the defense was down a million starters, you notice I'm not really saying much about the defense here. You know, I give them a lot of credit. Obviously, they gave up the last touchdown because they ran it all the way back, essentially. But the defense, minus a bunch of starters, actually played really well, in my opinion. And they held the Eagles in and gave them a chance to win. But Thomas Peterson puts this screenshot here. This is the last throw. Jalen, you cannot make this freaking throw, man. I love Jalen Hurts. What he has done has been miraculous for this city. I mean, he's born hungry. He's a winner type of mentality player. He says all the right things. He gets better. But right now, it looks like he's getting worse. And I don't know what's going on, if it's him or if it's the play call. And I'll tell you what, I damn do miss Shane Steichen right now. The way he made things look so damn easy in his offense. Feels like you're not utilizing all your weapons. It has been ugly. But Jalen Hurts, despite if it's Brian Johnson, Nick, whoever, Jalen Hurts cannot make this throw with 2 minutes to go. It feels like he's trying to play hero ball. I feel like he's trying to come out of his comfort zone and do too much. Have we ever heard that before? You can't make this throw into double coverage, man. And I want to go to a little clip here. I'm not going to play the clip, but here's the quote from it. And this is very telling to me. This is why I'm leaning a little bit more towards Brian Johnson. Jets safety Tony Adams, who gets the game-winning interception. He says, coaches came to the sideline and was like, we're going to call this. I want you to show in the B gap like you're coming, like you're blitzing, and then pop out. He's going to throw it right to you. Remember a couple years ago, and even a couple weeks ago, this resurfaced. They were saying how Jalen Hurts was going to get revenge against the Bucs because they were calling him predictable in that playoff game a couple years ago. The Jets literally predicted what Hurts was going to do. They said he's going to throw an interception if you do this, and that is what he did. This Eagles offense is way too predictable. I'm sick and tired of it. I agree. There was one play yesterday early in the game where they show pre-snap motion. Why don't they do that ever again? Right? AJ moves to the other side. They get Boston Scott wide open in the flat, positive yardage. Why don't they use creativity in this offense? It's so dry. It's vanilla right now. I can't stand it. Feels like they have all these tricks, all these tools that they can use, and they just stay one-dimensional. And this is very telling right here. I don't know if a team who's been 5-1 ever changed play callers, but at least they should consider. I'm not saying they should pull the trigger yet because they have, gotten better in certain areas. But that game yesterday, there is no excuse against the Jets team down their starting corners to not freaking score in the second half. That is inexcusable. Jalen Hurts after the game says, we didn't play to our standard. It's an opportunity to look in the mirror and respond. It's about how we respond. Guys are hungry and eager to fix mistakes. These moments build a ton of character. I mean, hey, he always says the right things. That's the right thing you want to hear from your leader. And John Clark reported as well that Nick Sirianni didn't even have to talk in the locker room. A.J. Brown was chiming in, Hassan Reddick, Jalen Hurts. So that's good, right? The leaders of this team know that they squandered an opportunity, especially with a gauntlet of a schedule coming up. They have to be better. But all in all, you can say what you want. You have to come out on the field and prove it. And now I'm concerned about next week because Miami is just such a high-powered juggernaut on offense. And you come out, and these are the type of games this week that you want to win to set yourself up. Okay, if we lose to Miami, it's not going to be that bad. But now, this could be 2 losses in a row, and, it's just not good. I think Jalen's got to get back to himself, make better decisions, have better pocket awareness. Obviously, the line has to hold up, but he is really just trying to force the ball into tight windows right now. And, even with the play call, like early in the game, they go down, they score that touchdown. Luckily, they, reverse the call, but 2 straight plays of quarterback draws on 3rd and long, 4th and long. I don't understand it, man. I don't understand it. Ruben Frank says Brian Johnson didn't call a play that said throw into double coverage on the biggest play of the game. Execution has been the main issue. And I agree, even on the interception where Jalen got his arm hit, Dallas Goedert was wide open, 5 yards in front of him, didn't see him. Feels like they're always trying for the big play. I keep saying every week, why not throw a slant to AJ or Devontae and let them run? You see what AJ did yesterday on a 49-yard catch, but he turned a 5-yard play into 49 because he's too strong, he's too big, he's too fast. Ruben Frank also said there's 6 different starting secondaries in 6 games, 15 different defensive backs, 8 injured defensive backs, and 6 corners or safeties making their NFL debut. Last year, the Eagles didn't have to worry about injuries, but they do. They do now, and this is really going to be a test of who they are, their depth. Will Howie Roseman be able to improve the roster? But really, will they be able to build from within and improve? Because, again, they haven't really put it all together yet, and it's been worrisome. It has, especially for a team with aspirations this big. At the end of the day, man, tough games coming up. Who do you blame most? Is it Jalen Hurts, who just needs to be better? Is it the coaching staff? Is it the defense? Who do you think is most at fault? Can they turn this thing around next week? Give me all your thoughts down below in the comment section. We'll wait to hear for the major injury updates. I don't know who's going to be with this team and who's not, but guys better be ready to step up. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Hit the like, comment, subscribe. That being said, I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.